If you've been in the Minecraft Dinosaur Addon community as of late 2019, you've probably heard of an addon called Paleocraft. Paleocraft was made by a single man in the span of 2 years and consists of a flora of different prehistoric species. The addon has become a massive hit in this small community, even spawning 3 spin-offs with way more on the way. The addon currently sits at 4.6 stars in the marketplace, which is really good. But something strange I noticed is the lack of channels covering the addon. Sure, there's commentaries and showcases with the addon, but nothing which actually goes in depth with the addon. And I thought I'd change that. Today, I'm going to give an honest review of Paleocraft. Arguably one of the most important things of an addon is the models. Models are the main thing people look for in an addon, and they make it possible to put anything into the game. Modeling is a very hard job, and takes a lot of work. Modeling is a very hard skill to learn, and I appreciate everyone who does it. While modeling is very hard, not all models are good. And, in my opinion, I don't think these models are very good. At all. In fact, I think these models are terrible. To give you a good idea of what I mean, let's look at this picture. Look at it and tell me what's wrong. If you couldn't figure it out by now, the model contrasts everything around it. While this is a personal bias, I don't like the detailed models all that much. I like simpler models. But even then, I can still appreciate good, detailed models. But these? Hell no. How do you manage to do something like this? Like, how do you manage to make something this bad? Another example of a terrible model is the Acrocanthosaurus. Look at its back. It looks like one of those cursed Minecraft videos of people making circles in Minecraft. It's so smooth, it makes no sense in the world of Minecraft. And yeah, that's an opinion, but even then there's more wrong. Compycraft was so lazy, he reused the same model for every major group of dinosaurs present in the addon. If you think it can't get worse, it does. Every single model is asymmetrical. Don't believe me and I think I'm making this up? Look at this picture. Notice anything weird? Look at this sail. It's not centered on the body and goes oddly to the left. I know nothing about modeling, and even I know you should center everything in your model. There's no way you make this mistake intentionally and say, yeah, I can't wait to release this. This is just so lazy. Overall, I'm not a fan of the models here. I'd give them a solid 0.4 out of 10. Texturing is probably the hardest thing someone can do when make addon making. You need to make sure everything blends good, make sure everything is shaded, make sure it's original and doesn't look bland. Every little thing matters in texturing, and when you see a good texture, you really appreciate its beauty. The people that pour hours into their life texturing have massive amounts of respect for me. With that out of the way, let's look at Paleocraft's textures. The texturing is awful. The shading work done here is terrible, and the colors look so bland and uninspired. It looks like these textures took 10 minutes to make, and I don't like it at all. Let's look at a good example of a texture and how to do it right. An excellent model created by Springmore for his addon shows when a texture is done right, it looks amazing. And look at how well everything blends nicely into each other and complements everything around it. Everything looks so nice. The colors don't look bland and actually fit really nicely into each other and makes for an amazing texture. Now let's look at Paleocraft's textures. There was clearly no attempt to shade anything together and the textures look bland and boring. Look at every single one and you'll see what I mean. Now I think it's a good time to mention a common technique many young creators use called mixels. Mixels are when elements of a texture clash with each other, with different resolutions. A good place to look for mixels are on eyes and teeth, or smart part of the model. Mixels aren't even that bad if done correctly. They can be really good actually. However, Compycraft used mixels in the worst way possible. Look at every single animal in their eyes. Their eyes are so higher resolution and make the rest of the model look stand out and look like a sore thumb. Even the Compy uses mixels. Using mixels on something already small is just awful. Moving past this awful texturing choice, let's look at the designs used for the creatures. And yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. Half of the textures in this addon are ripped from the Jurassic franchise or other media. This is a marketplace DLC, meaning it went through copyright filters and managed to make it pass without Universal thinking anything of it. The material in the addon is stolen from a franchise being sold to thousands of people without permissions or credits. This is terrible. It shows that Compycraft has no creativity for his designs and clearly rushed everything to get it out by the deadline. In order to make anything in an addon feel alive and actually look like it's moving, you use animations. Every addon has some form of animation, and it really makes everything come together nicely. Now let's look at these animations, and oh my god, they're literally ice skating. These animals don't feel like they're moving at all, and they're just sliding across the ground from point A to point B. One of my friends, who I'll keep anonymous for his safety and privacy, is a good modeler and animator and helped in making this video. He told me something which made me burst out laughing. This is what he told me, word for word. The animations are reused so much that a few of the animals get their limbs completely torn off their body. A lot of the dinosaurs are modeled through the animations. Some of them have a setup animation, and without it, they are completely broken. Why and how do you manage to do this? You reuse animations so much you have to model the animals using the animations? How and why would you ever make your life this hard? You worked on this addon for 2 years and you couldn't be bothered to make every creature and animation unique? What the hell is going on? You were so determined to get this addon released, you had to model creatures using the animations? What the fuck? As we're reaching the end of the video, I'd like to bring up one more thing. The scientific accuracies. Yeah, no, this is not accurate. Nothing in this addon is paleo accurate to the real-life dinosaur counterparts, and it's actually embarrassing. And don't even try to tell me this addon wasn't trying to be paleo accurate, because there was clearly an attempt to be. Spinosaurus and the Velociraptor are good examples. The Velociraptor clearly tries to be accurate, but flops on its face laughably bad. The snout is stubby, it has a weird crest thing on its head, arms and feathers are wrong, teeth are out, and the tail has no feathers. It's tried but missed so bad it's humiliating. Now let's look at the Spinosaurus. The way it stands is not accurate. The snout and its tail, and the arms, and legs, and everything is so wrong. It's terrible. It's a weird mix of accurate and inaccurate, and it's so bad. With all this being said, what are my final thoughts on Paleocraft? I absolutely despise it. This addon is locked behind a $6 price tag, and it makes me disgusted. This addon should not be the $6 at all. There's so many addons that are 100 times better than this addon for free, and it's sad they don't get the attention they deserve. I think we should stop supporting addons like this and look at the real beauties of the community. Anyway, that's all from me. Have a good one.